Good to see you again. So it's time for SwiftPIL number 2. And this time we're going to talk about autoclosure. So autoclosure is this attribute in Swift that I'm sure for some people in the room, you've seen it when you've read the signature of some API. But if someone asks you, what does it do? It's kind of a mystery. So today we're going to shed some light on this mystery. And to do it, we're going to start with a very real-world situation. We're going to say we need to write a function that's going to log some messages. So this is what it could look like. As we can expect, it's going to take as an argument the message that we want to log. If we want to have a log that is a little bit useful, we need to know at which file, line, and function the log was written. So we are going to get this data through the free constant that the compiler, Swift compiler provides us. And then we're going to implement the function by printing at the console, and with string interpolation, we're just going to construct the log message. So nothing fancy here. But if we implement this and we start using it in our app, we're going to find an issue. It's we don't want to have logs in production. So we need to deal with this in our logging function. So no problem. We're going to create an enum to deal with the several environments. We have debug and production, so it's the app store. We're going to have somewhere in our app a constant that's going to tell us what is the current environment. And then inside the function, we're going to make a little modification. We're going to guard to make sure that when the environment is the store, we're just doing nothing. We're not logging to the console. So that's pretty cool. It does the job, but is it really a good solution? Because consider the following situation. We have some expensive call. Here it's a function that's going to add all the integer up to 10 million. So it's going to take little time to work, to compute. And now imagine that we want to log this result to the console. Everything looks fine, but there is a twist. Is that expensive call is going to always be called even when we don't use its result. And it's bad because in production it's going to give us a performance issue, and we definitely don't want to have performance issues in production. So how could we improve on it? A solution that we could do is that instead of taking the message as a string, we could take it as a function that returns a string, and then we would, inside our function, call the message parameter only when we actually need to evaluate the string. So this way, we are solving the issue of not having the penalty of evaluating an expensive call when we don't need its result. But the issue is that when we want to actually call the log function, we need to wrap everything in a closure with the curly braces. And basically, it gets the job done, but it's an extra syntax, and it's kind of annoying if we need to write it everywhere in our app. So as you can expect, this is where autoclosure comes into play. So autoclosure is an attribute that we are going to add before the closure that we take as an argument. It's going to decorate this argument. As you can see, inside the function, nothing changes. We are still taking a closure, and we are still calling it when we need to, like any other closure. But where things change, it's actually when we pass the argument, you can see that we are no longer passing a closure, we are just passing a string. And this is what autoclosure does. It's an indication to the compiler that it needs to take the string that we provide to the log function, it needs to wrap it into a closure, and then our function is going to be able to call this closure only if it needs, only when needed, and only if needed. So, kind of cool, autoclosure, right? And now if someone asks you, what is autoclosure, you can say, well, it's an annotation that is going to let the compiler know that it needs to wrap an argument inside a closure. This way, you can evaluate the argument only when you need to and if you need to. And that being said, I'll see you later today.